So we have ERROL, the big fish, man down. It's not strap season. Spence versus Keith, not Bud Thurman, reportedly targeted for April at 154 pounds, not welterweight. Let's send out our blessings. Blessed love and blessed day, oh boxing world, boxing nation, fighting world, fight nation. It's Coach Fire and this is real life boxing. Before we get into the video, best double jab straight down the pipe with the left hook behind it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when all new content is being uploaded on the channel of Real Life Boxing. Let's get into the video. BadLeftHook.com reports Keith Thurman is Errol Spence Jr.'s WBC mandatory challenger at welterweight. Let's do a quick read. Errol Spence Jr. has long vowed that he'll never fight Keith Thurman. We're going to talk about that later on in the video. After Keith Thurman refused to give him a title shot in the past, and while it looks like he'll be going back on that progress, he at least won't have his belts on the line. ESPN reports that the pair are finalizing a deal to meet in April at 154 pounds. The WBA's Gilberto Mendoza granted Spence a special permit to venture upwards with the caveat that he must either come to terms with Terrence Bud Crawford within 60 days of the fight or take on the winner of Imantes Stellonis versus Virgil Ortiz, which they're not fighting because Stellonis has problem that he had to get taken care of. Mendoza's not the one I'm curious about though. That would be WBC head honcho Mauricio Suleiman, who previously ordered Spence 28-0 with 22 big wins coming by KO to defend his welterweight titles against Keith one-time Thurman 30-1 with 22 of his big wins coming by KO. I know the man plays favorites like few others, but this seems excessive even for him. Whatever the case, the fight's got its merits. Thurman's inactivity bellies genuine skill, and while he's had his share of close shaves, nobody yet managed to genuinely dominate him. Stopping Thurman, or even just winning a wide decision, would still be a feather in Errol Spence's cap. Let me give my opinion on it. I agree. I like this fight. I've always liked the thought of Errol Spence fighting Keith Thurman. I think that it's a good fight. I think that it's even a better fight now that, well, maybe not a better fight, but I think that it's a more competitive fight now that Keith, not even a more competitive fight, a more interesting fight. Keith Thurman's had his layoff. Errol Spence has been through his trial and tribulations outside of the ring. We still don't even know if we've seen Errol Spence back at 100% fully in the ring. So I've always liked this fight. I've liked it then and I like it now. The only question that I have with this fight is why at 154 pounds? Now, I know the Bud Crawford fans are going to come in here and say, oh, he ducked Bud, you know what I'm saying, so forth and so forth. Listen, Bud fought David, not Spence Avenetian, you know what I'm saying? So Errol got to get his bag too, you know what I'm saying, and get his fight too on before if they were to fight each other. Now, why is the fight at 154 pounds? That is what I don't understand, you know what I'm saying? Because Bud fought Avenetian for his WBO strap, you know what I'm saying? He didn't say, well, I'm not going to put these straps on the line, you know what I'm saying? So why is Errol Spence not defending his straps against Keith Thurman? And why is he not getting stripped of the WBC belt? Because Keith Thurman is his mandatory at 147 pounds at welterweight. So why is he not fighting Keith Thurman for the straps at welterweight? Now, he didn't want to fight Keith Thurman. We all know that. You know what I'm saying? So why is this fight even at 154 pounds? You know what I'm saying? And this goes on to the point that I also wanted to make. This is why Tank Davis left Mayweather Promotions, for not being able to get the fights that he wanted to fight. So the Errol Spence fans now, maybe you guys can see that Errol is not getting the Terrence Bud Crawford fight and it's out of his hands. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he really wants that fight because he sure as hell didn't want the Keith Thurman fight, you know what I'm saying? And now it looks like he's going to have to fight him. Tank Davis didn't want to fight Rolly. They made him fight Rolly, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, I got to get out of here, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to fight Lomachenko over the years. He wants to fight the Ryan Garcias. He wants to fight the Devin Haney's. And he didn't see it happening, you know what I'm saying, underneath the tutelage of Floyd Mayweather, you know what I'm saying? So he had to get out, you know what I mean? But why is Errol Spence fighting Keith Thurman at 154 pounds? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, like, now maybe y'all could see why Tank Davis did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? Because, and now maybe y'all could also see that Errol wants this fight, but they just not giving it to him. You know what I'm saying? They just not giving it to him. But they giving him a fight that he doesn't want. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what's gonna happen with that. Because why is he fighting him at 154 pounds? Is he gonna vacate his titles? You know what I'm saying? I honestly think that Errol Spence will vacate his titles. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna move up to 154 pounds. Optimistically, I would say he moves up to 154 pounds. He fights Keith Thurman, and then he comes back down to 147 pounds and defends his titles in an undisputed title fight against Terrence Bud Crawford in November of this year, like they were supposed to fight in November of last year. Let's see if they'll maybe make that fight happen in November of this year. That's me being optimistic. What I really think is going to happen, and it's not that I'm not being optimistic, but that's what I think, being optimistic about the fight happening. What I really think is going to happen is that Errol Spence does vacate his titles and moves up to 154 pounds. Jamel Charlo possibly gets stripped of his IBF title, and they line up Errol Spence to become a two-weight division world champion. I want you guys to tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section, because it is kind of strange, you know what I'm saying, that, to say the least, that this fight is happening at 154 pounds and not at the weight class in which Errol Spence holds his unified titles at. You guys tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section, because I'm dazed and confused. Until then, you guys keep fighting your fight and protect yourself at all times. Peace and one love. Is Coach Fire. This is Real Life Boxing.